Okay, fun to work in an executive office. You saw the pictures of before. Room 17 feet wide, 24 feet long, royal blue carpet on the floor. I think it had not really been touched since the early 80s. Needed a redo. Sat down with the customer and says, okay, what do you want? What do you want in this office? What's important? He says, I need private space, meaning that when I have people in my office, they can't see my desk and everything that's on top of it, okay? I need a more casual area that when I sit with employees, it's not like I'm calling them into my office for a problem or a reason. We could sit on a sofa or something like that and have a little more casual conversation. Fine. And then I need a space where I can get 6 to 8 people around a board table and discuss some of the company issues. But I don't want any walls. I said, okay, well, here we don't have that much space. How do we make these spaces feel like they are individualized for each one of those tasks that you're doing in business? And so I came up with this idea of, well, it's a square box, not much interest going on. I had to deal with the architectural elements first. And as you know, I call that the bones of the house. The bones of the house are the things that kind of set you up for the design of the rest of the project. I was really happy to hear that he likes contemporary furnishings. That sets up perfect for an executive office because it keeps everything kind of clean. There's not much frou-frou to it. And it also allows me from a design standpoint to really run. That's why you see this curved soffit right above my head. This architectural detail came in because I had very small windows, and I actually took the idea of the soffit away from the windows. I said, you know what, here I've got a window. It's literally 24 inches wide, just awful. Not a lot of sunlight comes in here, but really even trying to treat them to where they were important in the room, and I have 3 of them, was a very difficult task. And so I said, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to broaden them out. And so that's where you see me. I built out these columns on each side. I ended up dropping a soffit over that. And that is the start of the design that turned into all these curves and this wonderful line that we achieved with the soffit. I think from an architectural standpoint, that was the most important thing for me to pull off. Everything from that point really was to be downplayed. So when you walk in this room, you get a real sense of movement and you get a sense of different heights and shapes because of the ceiling. So this soffit ties in, and when I start drawing this is my door that we walked into, and it curves all the way over to that other corner. And that is a visual line for his office space. We changed the carpet color, it's a chocolate brown carpet. I then came right underneath the soffit and I put this great, nice cherry red stripe with carpet to delineate or designate the carpet from brown to this wonderful pattern. It picks up the line of the soffit, which just mirrors it. And I do think this feels like a more private space when you're in his office. I think when people walk in here, I will bet you that they don't walk right up to this area. I bet they kind of float out in this area because it feels more private. Obviously, from a functional standpoint, he says, I don't really need a lot of desk space. He makes phone calls, works on the internet. We have a big screen TV that we put up over here for him to work off the internet, and he can watch television. He needs a little bit of file storage behind him. And I'm just jazzed about our cabinetry we have here. This is Kingwood. You can see it's got a lot of figurative veneer to it. It's a very high gloss, really contemporary. I kind of drew this up. We got black countertops to go with it, which is a nice black accent, which picks up the carpet, which is on the other side. And I love the stainless steel doors. I think it kind of brings it back again from not being too heavy. We hit our lighting, which was really an interesting project because we're dealing with a desk that has a radius. We had to get lighting exactly above it. All of this has to be built before we even have the furniture in. So we have to take the specifications of the furniture, lay that out on the plan, get a lighting plan with our CAD design, lay the lighting out exactly right, make sure that there's not a 2x6 standing exactly where we want to put that light. So when that's being built, we haven't impeded where that light goes. We have to dig a trench through concrete to get all of his electrical and his computer equipment and all the wiring over to here. And it has to be in the exact spot that desk is going to be, not 6 to 8 inches one way or the other, but exactly where it needs to be. And that's where that CAD design and that upfront design becomes critical to this type of project. So yeah, we're in here ripping walls, cutting concrete, making sure the lighting is exactly set up, making sure that the studs that are put up for the soffit are not hitting, and you can see these lights just accentuate that soffit all the way around, so kind of fun. Love his desk. One of my favorite pieces in this office is this pedestal. And it's got a great sculpture on it. He loves artwork and likes sculptural items like that. And we have a wonderful LED light back here that sheds light up the wall, so you get this almost a silhouette of that sculpture on the back side. Kind of dramatic and fun. Things you get to do in office.